Always great to sit across from you, man. And good to see, you know, your character here. What a big weekend for you. I mean, with Fate of the Furious and this, like, how does it feel to be like all these great projects and to look back and see like where you've come from to all this, you know?
It is nice. I've done a lot of movies in my life and played a lot of different characters, and you know, every experience you can have in terms of disappointment, thrills. Oh my God, nobody expected it to do that. Yeah. Characters that people love to, you know, come up and talk to you about and throw out there. But when you're involved with two really tent-pole blockbuster type movies that come out back to back, and for Fast and Furious to do what it did, and just to be a part of that is a blast. I gotta say, it's really fun, and I'm all kudos to them, and I'm very happy for all of them. They work really hard. This outfit here, it's all led by James Gunn, Chris Pratt, a great cast. They do the same thing. They go after it. Nobody's living off their laurels. They want to make something great, and to be able to do it 1-2, for me is a first, and I'm going to enjoy this ride. It's a good time for someone who's experienced many sides of the other. Yeah. And then there's this icing on the cake, which is Goldie's coming out with Snatched with Amy Schumer on Mother's Day, which is a week after this opens. So it's a fun time around the house. It's very, you know, it's very different from what we've been experiencing for the last couple of years, because I've been heavily involved in wine and doing movies with Tarantino. You know, I mean, that's fun. He's the best. I mean, he's the best, and the cast on that was great. But now I get to just, you know, it's work. It'll be over on the 5th of May, and I'll probably go back into the vineyard. But I'm going to enjoy this.
I gotta ask, because I mean, like you've worked in multiple eras, and what's on your mixtape? Like, if it was a mixtape with your name on it, like, give me a couple of songs that will appear.
Well, I would have some things from the 60s. I'd have some Beach Boys. I'd have some Beatles. I'd have some Rolling Stones. I'd have some Dave Clark 5. Then I'd have some Elton John. And I'd have some more individual people, I think, in the 70s and 80s. But I like all music. I mean, as you get older, you have a tendency to appreciate all kinds of different music. These days, we've just built this house that has this great front porch on it, and it's a pond in the front, and it's very deep South.
Yeah.
And I can't help it. I put a little bluegrass on the front porch and feel like I'm in Mississippi or something, you know, having a mint julep. So I tend to be all over the map. I have music all the way from the 60s up through now.
You know why I did it, Star Munch?
You're not gonna answer, Star Munch.
I did it because I wanted to. What are we even talking about this for? We just had a little man save us by blowing up 50 ships.
How little? Like this?
A little 1-inch man saved us.
Well, if he got closer, I'm sure he'd be much larger.
Hey, that's how eyesight works, you stupid raccoon.
Don't call me a raccoon!
I'm sorry. I took it too far. I meant trash panda.
Is that better?
I don't know. It's worse. It's so much worse.
And like you said, I know a lot of fans approach you and want to talk about multiple characters, but this is like the 30-year anniversary of Overboard, and I wonder, like, how often does Overboard, you know, reoccur on the?
A lot. Overboard was an interesting movie. For some reason, that really resonated with certain children. It's grown into a cult movie that people, you know, come up to me and talked about all the time.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I'll run into a child who it made a difference in their life. That was a surprise to us. We're just making a comedy and having fun. But for some reason, that resonates with certain children that had problems when they were younger. A lot like kids who didn't talk till they were 6 or 7 years old. Yeah. They saw Overboard and they talked for the first time. Things like that make you really feel like, wow, that's great. That's just great. We haven't set out to do that. But as the years go by on certain movies, it's just nice to see them finding a complete and new life that they didn't have at the time. I love seeing that, and Overboard fits into that category.
And last question, you play a character named Eagle, and I wonder, is being an actor is having at least a bit of an ego, a vocational like necessity.
Yes.
You have to.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the name.
Yeah.
To me, the name of the character is very important. I've had the opportunity to play some characters with great names. I really, really, really love them. This one is like maybe the best. It's tough to beat Ego the Living Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're Ego the Living Planet, the name is not just important, it's right. So I found that this was just right for the character. In real life, I've come to the conclusion you got to have, in certain vocations, you need to have a big ego, but you better know how to control it. And if you don't, it's going to eat you up.
Great answer. Always great seeing you on screen.
See you.